Chip indoors on Battleground, Football in Focus for Thursday. We've got Dudley High School's Latrell Wilson with us. Player of the week, a week or so back on the website. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you too, sir.
Talk about that job at linebacker you're doing this year for Dudley, because the first part of the season, you had the kid coming out there. A couple of guys got injured. You stepped right in, and you've been stepping in as a senior. You also had Robert McCollum stepped in. Talk about your leadership role in the team, what it's been like being a linebacker, getting all those tackles and taking all that control this year.
Yes, sir. Number 4, Cam went down, so I had to step up,
Baldwin, right?
Yes, sir.
Cameron Baldwin. First game of the season, he played about 2 or 3 plays. He was gone. Then you're taking over.
Yes, sir. So, once that happened, I had to face reality. I had to step up, and had to be a leader of the team. I had to make sure the defense is good, and I had to make sure everything is going good. During practice, I had to make sure the defensive players and everybody know where they're supposed to be on the field. So our job and my job can be easier while we playing on the field.
And your job sounds like not only being a football player, you also got to be an organizer, leader, and director, kind of the composer out there too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Leadership role, Latrell Wilson, Dudley Panthers. What makes this Dudley defense so stout and so strong, you think?
What makes us so strong is, we go on practice, we compete, we compete against each other, we go hard, we take no breaks. We always got to put our foot on the pedal. I tell the defense like we can't play because we're trying to go to states this year. So, we just got to keep the vision of state. So that's what, makes us a good defense. And we also have good chemistry. Everybody on the defensive side has good chemistry with each other. So that's what makes us a good defense.
Latrell Wilson, Dudley Panthers, what do you see from guys like this Robert McCollum that make him respond or a hard worker for you? What do you see out of him?
Rob McCollum is a great linebacker. He's an upcoming, he's a sophomore.
Hard to believe he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a sophomore making big plays, so that's one guy you should watch out for. He's going to be a very big factor for these few years coming up.
Now, you were with Dudley last year, right?
Yes, sir.
And did you play in that South Point game last year?
I played for a little bit. I didn't start last year, so I played just a little bit.
I bet that was a challenge last year, that last playoff game. That was just a crazy night that night.
Yeah, it was. But, we're working forward to that now, working forward so when we play them again, it should be a very different outcome for us.
Talk about up front around the defensive line part, Samad Bell, what a big man like that does for your team.
He's also a major factor. He's a big guy. He gets to the ball very quick and aggressive, and that's another guy you should keep your eye on and count on. He's a very big factor. One of the best DNs in the state in my eyes.
He can really move quickly too. Gets
Yes,
in
sir.
that backfield in a hurry.
Yes, sir. Very quick.
What about Cordell Bartley? He seems to be like one of the football freaks. You don't see a guy like this Bartley kid too often. He's on offense. He's on defense. He's on returns. Cordell Bartley, what gets this guy? What gets this guy's motor going here?
During practice, he's very competitive. That's what I like about him. He's very competitive. He always comes to practice ready. He's a athlete. He can play both sides of the ball very well. And he's also another very big factor to the team.
With Latrell Wilson, Dudley Panthers, linebacker, and your position as a senior, you're in a position of leadership. You've got that good quality, a very good spokesman. What does it mean to be a leader on this team?
It means a lot because I feel if I be a leader, that also can help us, go to states. If I keep the team focused, then, we all can coordinate as a whole team, and make it big.
Talk about, if you will, who's the toughest runner and the toughest receiver to bring down in practice?
The toughest runner, I would say Jaden Brown. Jaden Brown, he's a very good runner. He's small, but he's very quick and fast. And
Jaden Brown, the speed then.
Yes, and LJ Southern. LJ Southern, he's one of our other running backs, number 21. He's very quick and fast too. And the toughest wide receiver is, I would say, Nasir Newkirk. He's also very.
What is the word? I didn't see Newkirk any catches in the game. Is he injured or anything right now, Newkirk, or is he completely healthy?
He's completely healthy.
Just didn't get many targets last week in the game.
Yes,
probably.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I know you got so many receivers out there right now. We got CJ. I'd find it tough to keep up with him, trying to follow him downfield. CJ, you can get lost in a hurry with his speed. He's gone.
Yeah, he's going. He's a very fast and explosive guy.
Then you see Newkirk, the job he does, almost like Neely on the other side. And then you also Jerron Blackwell, very good athlete too to try to keep up with.
Yes, sir. He's very well too. He's a transfer. He transferred over this year, and he also been a very big factor. He plays.
He helps in your defense too, doesn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Like
yes,
him
sir.
as a defensive back, backing you up there.
Yes, sir.
Another guy too is this DJ Parker. He plays
DJ.
more defense maybe than offense, but a very good player on both sides of the ball.
Yes, he's also an athlete. He's gonna play offense and defense. He's very a great athlete. A great athlete.
As you look around and kind of making a statement about this, the Dudley Panthers are pretty athletic on both sides of the ball then,
Yes, sir.
I would say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Coach Davis, he makes sure offensive side and defensive sides that we all got it down packed. He's also a very good coach because without him, Coach Davis, Dudley would be nothing. He's a very good coach. Like he's always pushing us during practice, you know, and he always does great things for us. So that's why us as a whole, as a team, we are a great team.
Dudley Panthers, Latrell Wilson with us, Player of the Week at GreensboroSports.com. A couple weeks back, you talked about Coach Davis. I was going to ask you about him. You almost read my notes here, but let me ask you too about Coach Brandon Anderson, what he means to the team.
He means a lot to a team. He makes sure the defense stays focused during practicing. He helps me, the linebackers, everybody on defense. So he's a very good coach too. He's a great coach.
A little known fact about him too, he was actually the head coach of the Grimsley Whirlies a few years back. One game, but he was head coach one night. The head coach was out that night, and so Coach Anderson was assistant Grimsley that stepped in, was the head coach, and had to tell him about that. Tell him we talked about that tonight. He was the head coach for Grimsley back in the day. Smith tomorrow night, pumped up for the Golden Eagles, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, we're very pumped up. You know, it's a rivalry, so you know we come into play. You know, today we had practice today. You know, we're just trying to keep the eye on the money. You know, we're just trying to stay focused. You know,
keep the eye on the money. A good statement there.
Yes, sir.
And
yes,
you got to look at it like this too. You can't really look at the Smith overall record, who they've beaten, who they've lost to. Just got to look at the fact that it's Smith, and that's huge on your schedule right now.
Right. You got to come to play. Like we look at every team the same, no matter what record it is. We got to play them the same. We can't take no team lightly. We got to play them like it's the hardest team in the world. You know, we can't take no team lightly.
Got to take every team like you're playing the Dallas Cowboys or the Dolphins, playing the top team in the world, so to speak.
Yes, sir.
What about Eastern Guilford? They seem like they're improving. You beat them last year pretty handily at your place. You got to go to their place this year, last game of the regular season. What about Eastern Guilford? You see the Wildcats getting better.
Well, I heard good things about them. They're doing good right now, but I feel if we keep the same tempo as we're doing now and keep working hard, we would have a great chance of beating them again like we did last year.
Do you guys talk a lot about the fact that last year was kind of unfulfilling? You felt like you didn't get as far as you wanted to go in the playoffs, didn't go as far as you wanted to go in the States, so you guys kind of got a hunger for this year's season, kind of a void to fill that void this year?
Yes, sir. Last year, you know, we lost in South Point. It was very based off discipline, but this year all the coaches make sure we're disciplined. So if we just keep that discipline and focus, I strongly feel like we're going to States this year, strongly.
Latrell Wilson with us in Dudley Panthers. What about a game, if you could set this up? It's like a hypothetical situation, kind of like a dream matchup. It's completely off the schedule, doesn't even exist, but I still can't help but talk about it because these are the two best teams in the county right now. How about a game between Grimsley and Dudley? What would that be like?
Grimsley and Dudley, that would be an awesome game, a very competitive game. You know, Grimsley is an awesome team. You know, Dudley is an awesome team. So that would be a very competitive game. But on my end, I feel like we would still win, even though they are a great team. I feel like we would still win.
You have to win every game with that same mindset, right? That you're going to win.
Yes, sir.
You have to enter every game with that same thinking process.
Right. I like to go in the game with a killer mindset.
What about in the pregame when you're out there, Coach Denoris Best? He's going, "You're in the house. You're in the Panthers' house." How about that? You like that part?
Yeah, I like that part. No matter where we at, we in the Panthers' house.
I love it too. I like the energy that guy brings to the table. He's never low key. It's always upbeat, high key, and he gets you guys are prepared every game.
Yes, sir. Coach Best is very like the hype man of the team.
He is.
Yes,
and it's not like one time it's like, no, you're in the house. It's like 5, 6, 7, 8 times he gets that point across.
Right.
And the other guys and then in the field they're warming up. I mean, they, especially the younger players on the opposing team, sophomores and maybe even a freshman, they can't help but hear that. They got to be thinking, wait a minute, what is this?
Right. Yes, sir. He gets us very pumped up before pregame.
Gotta love it. The North's best. Well, I always tell Coach Best, you are the best coach in Guilford County because you're Coach Best, so you got to be the best.
Yes, sir. He is.
We talked about Coach Davis, Coach Anderson, what you learned from the coaches. Let's get off the page and take it back a little bit lay back a little bit. How about the ACC in this state? Who's the best ACC team in this state right now? Is it Duke, North Carolina? Is it Wake Forest or State? I got to know, you got to give a little bit of lean toward Duke because of Makai Wall. You remember
Makai Wall?
Yes. Look out for Makai.
Yes. I would say North Carolina, but Duke, you know, still gotta give love because Makai Wall was also a very big factor, obviously. But you know, I always been rooting for Carolina since I was little. So
you're a Carolina man through and through.
Yes, sir. My whole family is.
You been to some of their games over the years?
I have not.
Got to get down there sometime. See Coach Mac Brown. He needs to come see you guys at Dudley, pick up a player or two.
Yes, sir.
Because I mean, not everybody, but Kennedy Tinsley. People remember Tinsley back in his day when he was at Dudley as a player. Went and played for Carolina. He's coaching down at Mallard Creek these days.
Yes, sir.
Might see Tinsley. Man, you guys can't because he's 4, you guys 3. But you may see him again someday. Who knows? He may come back to town. Who knows what might happen in the football scene? How about that game between Duke and Notre Dame on Saturday? How do you like that one setting up?
I didn't really get to watch like that, but I heard about it.
Yes, coming up this Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you like to win that game?
Who I like to win? Probably Duke.
Go for Duke.
Probably Duke. I'll go for Duke.
All right. What about a favorite car color? What's your favorite color of car?
Color of car? Red.
Like the red ones?
Yes, sir.
What is your favorite car?
I would say probably a Ferrari.
Yeah, you got to go big style. You got a chance to throw something out. Let's go for the best.
Right.
Mine was going to be the Porsche SUV, one of those Porsche SUVs, because you get a regular Porsche that's like a flashy, but you get one that's got some purpose and something you can do something with, and still be a Porsche. Driving that around, you'd have to be high class, big
yes,
style.
Sir. Yes, sir.
College of choice, Latrell, because you could go somewhere and talk. Because you get just talk to someone on the phone. There, talk to this guy on the phone. As soon as I talk to this guy, I said, "This guy's got his stuff together." I mean it. He does. Now, college of choice for you. Where would you go?
Right now, I like to lean forward to academic-wise, so I would say A&T, not just for the football team, but I want to be an architect, engineer. You know, A&T got one of the best engineering programs. And I have, I'm looking at Bluefield State because they offered me, you know, and WSSU is looking at me in some other schools. So I'm not really sure on A&T yet, but that's what I'm leaning on right now. But that's not my final answer to where I would
Do they have anything at Dudley or other schools you might be in early college possibly? Do they have the schools right now in high school you can do and study to get ready for architecture classes in college?
Right. I'm right now. I'll go to Dudley, but I also go to GTCC. So I'm taking early classes. So when I get done with Dudley for this year, I'll be a step ahead. So I'm already taking engineering classes at GTCC.
So you'll have some college credits going in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you'll be ahead of the ball for sure, ahead of the game. Future goals, 10 years from now, where are we going to find you at? Where will you be 10 years from now?
Hopefully you will see me on a big screen in the NFL playing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Will you still be playing linebacker?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How tall are you?
I'll say around 6 foot.
6 foot. How much do you weigh?
210.
210. I was going to think defensive back. You could probably still play linebacker because one of the best linebackers in history of the NFL was only, I think he was 5'9" and weighed about maybe 215. That would be Sam Mills.
Yes, sir.
Carolina Panthers.
Yes,
if they got a statue of you at the stadium, he's no longer with us. He's deceased, but he gave everything. But if they got your statue at the stadium, you know that guy did pretty good.
Right.
Excellent job.
Yes, sir.
Latrell, I mean, if we had to give the grades out, I'd give you probably an A+.
Yes, sir.
You weren't sure if you could make it, but you made it. That's outstanding. You came in. The pregame was good. We talked on the phone this afternoon. You did a great job on the pregame on the phone, getting ready for tonight. You texted me, let me know you were going to be trying to come if you could. You got with the coach, you were able to come. Sent me another follow-up message. You came in, sat down, did the job. What else can you do? Oh, you got to win that game tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to catch that dub tonight, most definitely.
What's it going to take to win that game again?
We just got to stay focused. You know, we can't let other things, you know, wander our mind. You know, we just got to keep the eye on the prize, you know, and go in hungry and go in with a killer mindset. I
wrote a story about maybe May 15th this year. I wrote a story about losing my basketball at the basketball court. The basketball rolled down the hill toward the creek. Couldn't find it. Looked everywhere. Couldn't find the basketball. I said, man, I've lost my basketball. What do I do now? Kept looking for that basketball. Could not find it. And finally, I came back to the court, stood around. And I'll go check the grass by the court. Maybe it didn't roll all the way down the hill.
Right.
About 10 feet from the edge of the court where the ball hit and rolled away. There in the grass was that basketball. You got to keep your eye on the prize.
Yes, sir.
Can't let that thing get away. Got to keep it.
Yes, sir.
Latrell, you did the job, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Win tomorrow night, and send us some notes about your game. Anytime you need to be any help in anything, GreensboroSports.com is there for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got it.